Hi, welcome in Modern Pathshala. This is Ashish. Here we are in bundling and minification in MVC part 2. In my previous video, we saw why we need bundling and minification and the importance of bundling and minification. In this video, I will demonstrate how to implement bundling and minification in ASP.NET MVC. Prior to that, we will look a brief about bundling and minification, and after that I will continue in my demo application from previous video. So, bundling combines multiple files in a single file. Single file can be downloaded in a single HTTP request instead of making multiple requests for each and every asset that needed for a web page. We have to download a single file for CSS and single file for the script bundle. So this reduces the number of downloads for a complete web page. Minification process includes reducing the file size. A reduced file size can be downloaded faster as compared to files in large size. So minification process includes different technologies such as removing comments, removing white space and new line, and shortening the variable names in a single character. So let's understand how minification works by taking a simple example. Here on the screen I have a email validation function. This email validation function takes email parameter and matches that parameter with the regex parameter and returns true or false based on the passed parameter. So after the minification process on the screen I have the minified version of this function. Here we can see that email parameter is renamed as n and the regex parameter is shortened as t, and other comments and white spaces and new lines has been removed. So this minified version is much smaller as compared to the unminified version of this function. So this is how minification works. So till this point we understand a brief about bundling and a brief about minification. So let's see how we can implement bundling and minification in ASP.NET MVC. ASP.NET MVC provides system.web.optimization framework to implement bundling and minification. We need to tell the ASP.NET MVC framework in advance that what are the bundles that we are going to use in our application. For that purpose, we need to configure our bundle with the runtime. To defining a bundle, ASP.NET MVC framework provides script bundle and style bundle classes. For each type we have different classes. For styles we have style bundle, and for the script files we have script bundle class. Here on the screen I have created a simple script bundle, and in the constructor of this class I have to pass the virtual path of the bundle. By using this virtual path I can reach the bundle. Here in this bundle I have included two files, bootstrap.js and responder.js. By the result of bundling and minification, I will receive a single file that can be reached using bundle/bootstrap virtual path. Similarly, I have created a simple style bundle and I have passed the virtual path as a content/css. So in this bundle I have included two files, bootstrap.css and site.css. After bundling and minification, I will receive a single file by combining bootstrap and site.css, and I can reach that file using the virtual path content/css. So let's see how we can configure our bundle in a demo application. Here I am in my project bundling and minification demo from my previous video. I have included these number of script style files and these script file in my web page. So first we need to download the system.web.optimization framework. Here in the references I have already included system.web.optimization assembly as it is by default part of the project when you create a new project using ASP.NET MVC4 template. If you do not have this assembly, you may need to download it from the NuGet. You can get it from NuGet by using manage NuGet packages. So here we can look for same package microsoft.aspnet.web.optimization. It will look in the NuGet repository. Here we can see that I have already included. This is installed in my project. If you do not have, you can download it simple from this link. You have to also download this package if you are migrating your application from ASP.NET MVC2 to MVC4 or from MVC3 to MVC4. So we have installed this package. After that, we need to configure our bundle. We have to define our bundles. ASP.NET MVC framework provide bundle.config files. In bundle config file, I have a method register bundles. Register bundle method takes bundle collection class as a parameter. Bundle collection class is a part of system.web.optimization assembly. So here we have to define each and every bundle that we have to use in our application. Here I have created one bundle for jQuery, one bundle for Modernizer, and one bundle for Bootstrap, and one bundle for styles, all the styles that I will have in my project. So it will completely depends on your requirement that how many bundles you may need and how many files you are going to put in each and every bundle. So let's understand how this bundle works. Here in my script bundle, I have provided bundle slash jQuery as virtual path, and I have included the jQuery version JS and jQuery validate JS. Here important thing is to notice that in my first include I have put the version placeholder. This will tell the ASP.NET MVC runtime that it has to include the latest version of the jQuery that is available in my project. Here we can see in our project directory structure I have jQuery.-1.10.2.js. So jQuery ASP.NET MVC runtime will include this version of jQuery, and the wildcard character asterisk will tell the ASP.NET MVC framework that it has to include everything that starts from jQuery.validate. So in our case, it will include jQuery.validate.js and jQuery.validate.unobtrusive.js. ASP.NET MVC framework is smart enough to ignore all the files that are already minified, such as in this case it will exclude the jQuery.validate.unobtrusive.min.js because it is already minified file, and similarly it will exclude jQuery.validate.min.js file. ASP.NET MVC framework is also configured to ignore the files that are not intended to be included, such as it will exclude the jQuery intelligence.js and jQuery minmap.js and jQuery vsdoc.js because these files are used by Visual Studio internally. So in this my first bundle I will have the jQuery file and jQuery validate.js file, and in my second bundle I have included Modernizer. Bundling also does minification, so in this I will have the Modernizer file as minified file, and in my third bundle I have included the bootstrap.js and responder.js. I can put all these files in a single download, but as I earlier speak that it completely depends on the requirement. So finally I have one style bundle for the all the CSS that I will have in my application. Currently I am using bootstrap.css and site.css. I also can include the additional CSS that I want. So here in my content directory, if I have to include the jQuery UI.css files, then we can include each files in the include. So let's include some more files that we have. So I have already copied these files in my notepad. So for quick, let's paste all these files here. So now in my style bundle I have bootstrap, site.css and different themes for the jQuery UI, accordion, autocomplete, base, slider, tabs, menu, and we can also have many more depending upon our requirement. So all these files will be combined in a single download, and we have to include only content.css path. So till this point we have finished the configuration of bundle. We have created our bundle. Now we need to register our bundle with ASP.NET MVC runtime. We can register these bundles in global.asx file. In the global.asx file we have to call our bundle config.register bundle method. This method will take the global bundle table collection. Bundle table is again part of the system.web.optimization assembly. So till this point I have configured my bundle with the ASP.NET MVC runtime, and I have defined my bundles. So the only thing that I have remaining, that how to render these bundles. So ASP.NET MVC framework provides script bundles and style bundles, and we can render these bundles using scripts and styles helper. So in the script and style helper we need to pass the virtual path of the bundle that I have created earlier. So let's see how we can render these bundles in demo application. So here in my layout.cshtml file, let's remove all these styles, and instead of rendering in these separate, let's render as a bundle. So styles.render and pass the virtual path of the bundle. Virtual path of the bundle is content/css. And in place of these files we can render our style script bundles. So our script bundle can be rendered using scripts helper, and we can pass the virtual path in the constructor. The virtual path of the jQuery library is jQuery bundle/jQuery. Similarly we can put here jQuery bootstrap and modernizer. So let's copy the path of the modernizer and the bootstrap. So here we can copy paste the modernizer, and similarly we can paste the bootstrap. So let's make a quick build and run the application. So here now if we look the source of this page, you might wonder that after bundling and minification why I have these different files. So to the answer of this question is that ASP.NET MVC framework is smart enough. It knows that we are running our application in debug mode, so it actually then not render the minified version of these bundles. It renders the complete files, so we can debug the files in debug mode. So if we want to change this behavior, then we have to configure our debug mode to set as false. So let me set the debug mode of the application as false and save changes and refresh our web page. So run this application without debugging. So here we can see let's see the page source. Now here we can see that we have one bundle for the content/css and one bundle for the jQuery library, another bundle for the modernizer, and another bundle for the bootstrap. So similar same path that we have configured in the bundle config file, we can see by side. Here we can see that I have created one virtual path for bundle slash jQuery. Let me open the correct page. Here we have content slash css, and we have bundle slash jQuery, bundle slash modernizer, and bundle slash bootstrap. You can also notice that for each bundle Visual Studio has rendered a query parameter. This query parameter is for the purpose that if we make change in our bundle, then ASP.NET MVC runtime will refresh these parameter and change this parameter so that we can get the actual changed file for each time. So we can also notice the performance of the page. Let's disable cache, and on the network tab, monitor start capturing and make a refresh. So here we can see that the total download time of the page is 723 millisecond, and we have to download only one CSS file and 3 JS bundles. If we have to go to the bundle, we can simply double click on this, and we can see that in this bundle slash jQuery, I have combined file of jQuery and jQuery validate.js, and this file is also minified. We can see that how bundling and minification is helpful in improving the performance. So in this video we learned need of bundling and minification and how to implement bundling and minification in ASP.NET MVC. For more details you can follow the link modernpathshala.com. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel for latest update on technology. Thank you.